Damn, I was not expecting a movie like this, which is weird because this is totally what David Fincher films are, and I still expected a badass kick to the face assassin movie. We gotta admit, lately we've been spoiled with some great hitman movies like John Wick, The Equalizer, and Nobody. But all those movies are kinda similar with over-the-top action, brutal hard-hitting fight scenes, taking on multiple enemies at once even though that's kind of impossible. Actually, maybe that part is real. God damn! And all of that is awesome, and they made for some great entertainment. Damn, one of the best theater experiences of my life is seeing John Wick 3 on opening day. And The Killer, directed by David Fincher, is not that at all. It's quite the opposite, actually. It's more of a real take on what it is to be an assassin. And their life is pretty boring. Like, the opening scene of the movie is about 20 minutes long, and it shows us the work before the kill, and it's a lot of waiting, which is a lot of nothing. However, how do you make something entertaining when you're showing a lot of nothing? Well, you get a great filmmaker like Fincher with a phenomenal actor like Michael Fassbender. And the cinematography wasn't anything spectacular. The shots were simple, the lighting was basic, but they were all straight to the point of letting us know what to pay attention to and what the mood is. And that's what this movie does great, is being simple and not doing too much. A lot of this movie has inner monologue of Michael Fassbender's character. From my recollection, this is the first where we, the audience, get to see the mind of a stone-cold killer who doesn't give a fuck. The majority of his time on the job he spends alone, and the more we hear his thoughts, we could kind of put together what kind of childhood he had. Like, he was probably neglected, and perhaps as a coping method, he talked to himself to keep himself company and focused. And Michael Fassbender truly portrays the stone-cold methodical killer with excellence. Very well calculated from his body mechanics, every limb moving with precision, to his face barely showing any expression. Quick to the point and assertive tone dialogue. This is a character with no regrets, no demons he's fighting with. It's all about getting the job done. Because this character does not give a fuck. And these are the types of monsters that you should be afraid of. However, this is where I have an issue with this movie, and it's a minor issue. Before I get into it, the basic premise is he got a job to take out a high-profile actor, an unfortunate thing happened, and he missed, and he failed his assignment. So his employer, to clean up the mess, sent other hitmen to take him out at his hideout, which he wasn't there, but his wife got attacked and injured. And then he seeks out revenge of the people who did this to him. So my issue is, his wife was barely a character. I did not buy the relationship at all, because there was barely any scenes with them. There were no emotions, and a revenge story is typically fueled by emotion, especially if a loved one is involved. And the type of character he is, who doesn't give a fuck, especially the way he carries himself, I don't buy that he truly cares for her. It seems like he was just doing this out of the obligation because she's his wife. Because if you take her out and he went back to his hideout finding it ransacked and torn, I think that would have been enough motivation to send him down the same revenge path. Besides that minor hiccup, what I really liked, and I don't think many people pick this up, so this character has a mantra to keep him focused and get the job done. At the beginning of the movie, does a really good job showing us how much detail he takes into consideration, and he's been doing this for a really long time, so he's a pro at this. But what I loved is that he gets so caught up in his thoughts that he gets distracted and fails his mission. And it kept trickling down throughout the movie. He'd be making mistake after mistake, exposing that maybe this isn't the life for him anymore. I mean, you can't stay on top forever. Even the greats hit a point where they can't keep up. Even when he confronts one of the assassins, who is also a seasoned pro, wasn't even prepared for a confrontation after knowing she failed hers. It was interesting to see that every character that he went to go find and kill didn't even know who he was. Like, usually in these types of movies, there's always someone that was very close to him, like a jealous best friend, brother, or a partner. But no, these were all just random people who got paid to do a job. Shit, even the main evil boss who started this whole thing had no idea who he was. And this guy who's truly the best at his job, seeing how he finds his way to get closer to his target by taking every ounce of probable outcome into consideration for maximum result. Even when he finds his way into the billionaire's home, which is supposed to be super secured, and basically scares the shit out of him, telling him, I'm the best, and I'm standing in your own home pointing a gun at you, and you have no idea I was here and no idea who I am. Shit, we don't even know who this guy's real name is because he went through so many aliases. He is the true boogeyman. And it dinged on me that this guy is the real version of John Wick, and John Wick is the legend story that people tell for years that will over-dramatize who he actually is. There isn't any big explosions or huge CGI sludge violating your optic balls, no massive choreography of a one-man army fighting waves of disposable enemies. It was all practical effects, real stunts, and the only fight scene in this movie was brutal, grounded, real, very well done. It left me clenching my fist of how dark it was. Could they have done more with the movie? Yeah, maybe. Make it a little bit more thought-provoking, intellectual movie. Maybe make it a more of a mystery, have a bigger overall endgame. But this movie wanted to be straight to the point and simple, and honestly, I'm not complaining. I can see people being thoroughly bored and not enjoying this movie, because it is slow-paced, but that's the type of movie it's supposed to be, and I think many people expected to get another big action set hitman movie we're so accustomed to. But I think if you change your expectations and go into this movie prepared that it's going to be a grounded story, I think you'll love it for what it is. I don't really care for a sequel, but if there is going to be one, it better be Fincher directing or another great director who could keep the spirit of what this is, but also explore a little more and go a little bit bigger. Well, I don't know what else to say about this, so give it a shot. I think I'm done talking now. Please like, subscribe, and until my next one, ta-ta for now.